Welcome, everyone, to a Delco Nerd Network Rewind review, where we sit down and talk about some of our favorite film franchises of the past. On this episode and on this series, we're talking about the Burton Schumacher Batman series of yesteryear, as the kids say. But joining me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Gooch. Hey,
Just Mr. Gooch.
just Mr. Gooch.
What's up, guys?
And then a returning guest we haven't seen in a long time, Gian. I forget how to say your last name.
It's tricky. Gian's perfect. I'm the only Gian around here.
Gian,
Mantakounis is the last name.
Our D&D master, our champion. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
On
D&D Underground, ground without the
Yes.
D&D Underground. Yeah.
Exactly. Go check him out.
Please, yeah.
Absolutely.
Underground is always here.
But yeah, guys, we're here to talk Batman. We're doing this kind of to prepare for the Batman coming out in March.
Right.
I'm very excited. I was talking to Gooch. I was thinking like maybe we should have done the Nolan ones before this, but then Gooch is like, we have, they're very fresh.
Everyone talks
Well,
about
I've
so
seen,
many.
well, but I've just, and they are rarely fresh in my mind too.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I've seen them so many times.
Everyone and their mom has an opinion about the Nolan.
No, it's
trilogy.
absolutely true.
Like it's the Batman
It's
that
great.
like everyone like unanimously likes.
And I feel like it's just such a general movie that people have seen. Like even
Yeah.
like that's like a movie most people know, even that aren't superhero fans.
Right, yeah.
So I did think this was going to be a fun one to get back to, but you know we're going to start with the Batman or just Batman actually,
not the
1989, colloquially referred to as Batman '89, of course, with Sir Michael Keaton. Yes, he's knighted.
Is he knighted?
Don't check
Get
it.
out of here.
Yeah.
Really?
But
Yeah.
he's American.
I'm kidding. I'm absolutely.
Oh, I was
kidding.
going to say.
I was gonna let that run, but then I was like, you know what else?
Sir Michael Keaton.
You guys
was
cut
like,
me. I was about to
we're-
say, don't check that because don't fact check that because it's definitely
I was
true.
like, we're already like, what?
Yeah,
Like,
that would be a good way to start it off.
Crazy.
But
can you be knighted if you're not British?
I don't believe so.
Yeah,
I think
I
you
was
have to be.
gonna say,
I
it
think
has
you
to
have to
be
be British born.
Some sort of crazy scenario.
I mean,
you know, like
I'm
Sir
cu-
Patrick
if you
Stewart.
can figure that out, I'd be very curious. But yeah, starring Michael Keaton, Batman, 1989, was initially released June 23rd, 1989. Had a production budget of about $35 million,
Wow,
which is
really?
yeah,
None
which
of us
isn't bad.
were
But
born
I
yet.
mean,
That's
if you
fresh.
adjust that for inflation,
For 89, that's
it
what I'm
would
saying.
probably
That's
be a good
expensive.
amount more, at least double, maybe. I don't know, but like, and also, so it's kind of tough to find production info like
With this older
with this
stuff.
with the budget because, and also like people like to lie, but usually the general rule for budgets on a movie is you double it for their what's the word, marketing and
Right,
such.
okay.
So yeah, I would assume, but when you look up the production budget, I don't know if that's including the advertisement and all that stuff, which I don't believe it is.
Okay.
So probably double that.
Advertising
and
was also a lot different.
Yeah.
no,
cheaper,
absolutely. You're
not
not
all
doing
over the
these.
place.
You're
What
sure,
is it?
but it's
Commercials,
Yeah,
like
and then
appearances,
cereal,
yeah.
toys.
Paper, dude. Oh, that's what it was.
toys,
all
yeah,
about,
yeah,
toys.
yeah.
Toys
Happy
is a
Meals,
big one,
which we'll
yeah.
talk about Happy Meals when it comes to
Ooh,
Batman
I
Returns.
haven't had a
Nice.
Happy
But,
Meal in a
love
dog's
that.
age.
Yeah, yeah. So
Man with a toy.
yeah, so the box office was about almost 12 times that.
Holy wow!
So this thing,
good for
Batman was real
Like,
back
I mean,
in 1989.
And you got to think about it. The only Batman before this is Adam West.
Yeah, live action. Well,
Adam
there was
West.
another like serial live action thing, but not like it was like the 30s or 40s.
It
but
was
yeah,
just Adam
It was
West.
Adam West. Yeah, that was real. Yeah.
Batman '89 kind of like kickstarts the like. And it's funny watching these back. They're so not
dated,
modern.
right?
They're
It's
dated.
They're
You
so
can
dated,
tell
but
it's
the modern day Batman, like without '89, we would not have gotten the animated
this caused the
series.
90s grit Batman with I think with like Azrael and like all like this really kind of made people go like you're saying, oh, Batman's a serious character again, because Gooch is right.
These movies are so not serious.
They're serious, but like I think these two compared to the
serious.
Schumacher
They're 80s
ones.
serious.
Yeah, no, I think for the time they exactly they are 80s serious.
They're
They're early
epitome
90s
of
serious.
80s movies. I was like, this is every 80s trope rolled into one.
Absolutely,
It's amazing. Yeah.
I mean, the first one feels really Burton, but
Yeah.
I mean, and we'll get to Returns, but that one feels like they were just like, do what you feel.
Yeah.
Like, but
What this one? Or
no,
what?
the second one much more than this
Okay.
Returns. I feel like, but yeah, it had an opening weekend of about 40 million, which you know it's okay. That's 16% of the gross.
It's all right.
Yeah, but then the total box office, as I looked it up right now, is 411.3 million.
Wow.
See, and again, I'm looking up these numbers and I'm having trouble deciphering. Is that what it is as of now? Because, you know, they re-release movies, they put them in theaters again. That still continues to add on. It's like Avatar. That's why it keeps bumping up to the most money made
Right.
ever. All fucking James Cameron has to do is re-release the movie again. And even they could do that with Avengers. But, so I don't know if that's like how much it made back in the day. I think that's total gross, including what it is now. But, yeah, it was, of course, directed by Mr. Tim Burton, personal close friend of mine. Timmy. Yeah,
TB.
TB.
Big TB.
TB.
Big TB guy.
Yeah, big TB. Written by Sam Hamm. Well, the story was by Sam Hamm, I should say.
Sam Hamm?
Yeah.
Really?
Sam Hamm.
Sam Hamm?
Yeah.
Does that guy
I feel like I
change
see
his
him
name
actually.
ever?
Sam Hamm.
I bet you that's his stage name.
You think Sam?
I think that's a
No
fake.
way.
Well, because like I think with the guilds and all that stuff, you can't have the same name as someone else.
Oh.
It's like
Sam
I forget
Hamm on the
what.
bone.
What bastard?
I'm
What
trying to.
ego
I remember I
crazy
was
people.
I was listening to an interview with I think Paul Rudd, and he was saying that it might have been Paul Rudd. Someone they were like, yeah, I changed my name because there was already this. My name was already used by someone else.
Wow.
So
really?
His name is not really Paul Rudd.
I don't know if it was Paul Rudd. It was one of those actors. I think one of the event, but like they changed their stage
One of
name
the
because of
Anchorman
it.
guys.
Yeah, I believe so. But yeah, so the story was by Sam Hamm. The screenplay was written by Warren Scarron. Pretty good names here, I gotta say. Warren
Very
Scarron.
cool names.
And then Batman was of course created by Bill Finger with the help of Bob Kane. But it kind of goes in. So if you wanted me to point this out, and I didn't like. Bill Finger was not credited on any Batman
Right.
thing until BVS. I think that was when the big lawsuit was won, and he was actually.
The Hulu movie came out.
Dude, you
and
got
all
it.
that,
Have you
yeah.
seen that Batman and Bill? Have you?
No, I haven't
You've
seen-
talked
yeah,
about
I
it.
You
a
really
lot.
got
Yeah,
it's
I've-
super. Like it made me. I was so so angry for Bill Finger, and just in the. And I mean, honestly, that's unfortunately a comic book trope. A lot of creators
Yeah.
just get fucked.
Stanley
Yeah.
Jack Kirby.
Yeah, it's like Stanley
I mean,
Jack
even-
Kirby. I think is something that like not a lot of people,
But, like-
especially the the MCU folks.
But Jack Kirby was like, oh, I will say you're right. But Jack Kirby made out fine.
Yeah,
Whereas
he
like
did
Bill Finger
great.
died a poor bat. I felt like he was a poor guy.
Yeah, but
and then
like-
even
Sad.
the brothers who made Superman, they didn't get credit until they were dead, really.
Yeah.
Like or fiscal credit, I should say.
Schuster brothers?
Yeah, the Schuster
Yeah.
brothers. Yeah. So I mean, it's just a,
Steven something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Steve- we should
Just
we
a couple
should
of good
know
old
them.
Jewish boys.
Good old
in New
Jewish
York
boys,
City,
yeah,
right?
who loved America. No.
Yeah.
But
like literally.
yeah, so it's funny. The descriptions on IMDb, I feel like blow. They're
Yeah,
so
I think
weird,
totally.
like. But I've been taking them, so I'm gonna keep that going. The Dark Knight of Gotham begins his war on crime with his first major enemy being Jack Napier, a criminal who becomes the clownishly homicidal Joker.
They could have just said the clown prince of crime.
I mean, who
the
was writing
Joker,
this?
and that would have been good.
If you guys want to like just a mind fuck,
Yeah.
and just a terrible headache, go through the fun facts of a popular movie on IMDb, because you're just like, is this made up? And what are these real facts? Because anyone can post. If you have
really?
I'm pretty confident. If you have an account, you can just post mostly, and like I think someone kind of checks them, but there was some questionable ones on there. I should have written down. Some
Yeah,
more of them,
especially
but-
for the older films. I feel like
sure.
it's easy to kind of like.
well, even just like I feel like a well-known movie. It's like anything that, because when we were doing the Fraser-thon, I was trying to look up fun facts for like Journey to the Center of the Earth. There ain't shit on that movie. No one even there's
one
there's
cares.
nothing going on. Like the behind the scenes was next to nothing. Like
Nobody gave a shit. at
no
the
one
movie.
really gave it. But
Nobody
it's our
filmed
most
anything.
viewed YouTube video. So
Oh, wow,
I don't.
really?
Dude, we have like
Approaching
1,200
2,000.
views. Yeah, probably. We don't know what we think. It's like the Brendan Fraser thing, but like I said to
I
you,
think
I
we
was
got
like,
a hut in front of the algorithm.
I love
do
Brendan
too, but,
Fraser.
like-
I'm not gonna lie. Brendan Fraser is one of my favorite actors.
Dude, he's
I
one
love
of the
the
best.
Mummy. I love the Mummy.
dude, we reviewed it.
Yeah.
It's so
we
great, but
did The
like.
Mummy.
It blows my mind that the other ones aren't doing as well then, because those are also Brendan Fraser. Like it would make more sense if all of them were doing.
Why Journey to the Center?
Yeah,
of the
why?
Earth?
Like maybe the Mummy more. I did look up the Journey to the Center of the Earth reviews though, and we are like one of the only ones on. Yeah,
That's why.
so I really believe
Yeah,
that
that's
might
why.
be.
Let's fucking go.
I
think
know
that's
the
it.
Mummy's behind the
Niche
scenes facts are
content, guys.
insane.
Exactly, that's the
Like,
thing. Like again, a
It was
very
a
well known
cursed-
movie.
It was a cursed film, basically.
Oh, it really got. It's funny. I didn't. I know they had like some weird issues when I was looking it up. Like they all had to get kidnapping insurance, and they
Yeah.
didn't tell the actors like that they had it. Yeah,
I
like,
know somebody got bit by a
we're-
snake.
Oh
right,
yeah, there
too.
was people were getting like rushed to the hospital daily. I think
Awful.
like
The
or some,
Mummy?
yeah, because there was just
Great
terrible
movie,
access.
though.
Amazing,
Movie,
worth it.
worth it.
Worth
Yeah.
it. We got art because of their sacrifice.
Yes.
So thank you. But all right, guys, let's get into it.
Oh my God, yeah.
Gian, you said this is your first time watching.
This is my
Batman.
first '89 Batman.
I
I've
want to
never
hear what you
seen-
think, because that's like.
I-
Have you seen this all the way through, Gooch?
No.
Have you seen it at all? Like, have you seen Pete? Like, do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Bits and pieces.
Because this was the only one I think.
First complete watch was just like Gian.
Yeah. All right. So
Which is probably really surprising.
I love to hear that. Then, what do you guys think?
I liked it. I really liked it. I mean, compared to now, it's crazy to watch movies and how far we've come with like digital technology and
It's insane.
story writing and budgets and stuff and costumes. I love Michael Keaton. I
is
don't know
great.
what it is, and you know, it felt
his kiss lip thing. Is like,
yes, it felt like he didn't have a ton of lines in the movie.
Dude,
the whole time.
there's barely any
Wait
Batman.
wait until we talk about the second one.
Because it was all about Catwoman. Anyways, I was blown away. The suit, I always find Batman's always kind of look a little goofy in their he's stiff in the suit and
can't move his head.
face is pushed into it real hard.
It literally looks like he's plastered into it.
Yes, and it looks like they greased him up to get him in this fucking rubber suit. And then every time he shows up to whoop ass in classic Batman fashion, I love new Batman because like in the fighting in Batman vs Superman when he comes in and slams that dude's head in the crate was. I was like, oh,
incredible.
Yes,
it's incredible.
Because Batman's a psychopath, right? That's the main thing.
I mean, he
Batman.
wants to get you this close till death. Like he'll break your arm, he'll capture your lung.
Batman kills people in
Oh well, in Batman vs Superman, he absolutely will just kill you.
In this,
he doesn't give a shit.
Karate kicking, and I was surprised some people got the jump on him. I like when he was shot. He was like, "Oh shit, that hurts."
No, dude. It is funny though. You're like the cowl, man. I don't know why, but I love this.
Really?
This costume for some reason. I know it's aesthetically awful.
You know what I don't like about it? The cape. I think it comes
it's very
over
plastic.
the shoulders too
kind of
much.
comes down, yeah.
And I think it makes him.
But
it makes him do the stiff shoulder thing like even more. Because it's not just his head.
He has to literally move his entire arm.
His entire head
shoulder
and his upper body that is not moving.
Yeah. The way he turns is some of my favorite filmmaking ever created.
How many times do you think they made this guy?
Dude, and apparently he couldn't.
Do it again.
Literally, he couldn't.
One more time,
hear in that apparently very well. Like he was very claustrophobic.
Mike.
Literally,
it's a rubber.
Michael, you don't have to yell. You don't just regular voicing.
What?
Yeah. But yeah, it's funny. For the time, I feel like that suit looks great.
The yellow sigil, the sharp.
Yeah, it's funny because it has like an extra little scoop. If you notice, it doesn't have like 2 on each side. It has 3 on each side, which is very weird.
Classic Burton move. He loves throwing those little. That's my best.
Absolutely, I need a little bit of a tweak in there. But yeah, all black. I don't really love the plasticky cape, of course. Like I feel like they kind of get it better. But even in like the Dark Knight, he has like this weird kind of satin cape that just doesn't look right. And if you want to talk about dumb fighting, this is better fighting than the Dark Knight trilogy.
There wasn't was there a ton of fighting?
Easily.
That's a hot take, dude.
Dude, I mean, if you go back and watch some of those Nolan fight scenes, I've shown you that one where Batman shows up in the Dark Knight, one dude is off screen and he literally just flips away. It's in the bottom left corner. I've shown it's. But I thought for the time I was surprised at how much how nimble he was and how much kicking and punching he was doing in that fucking plaster
he had
cast.
Some very nice high kicks, and thinking back now, I'm like, this guy's probably like 6 foot. He's probably doing mid kicks, but rocking these guys.
Absolutely. I mean, Michael Keaton's not that tall.
He's not tall, dude.
I'm curious.
I thought he was a good Batman, and I liked. In '89, in the '80s, nobody had muscle tone yet. It was before.
It was all normal guys.
Normal looking human.
It's like, oh, that's well put together.
Yeah,
back in the time.
He's like 165, 175 pound man, just kind of ripping it.
just kind of doing it.
In an oversized suit, you know.
I was gonna talk about it more in fun facts, but we'll get it out of the way here. And you guys probably know this, but like Michael Keaton, one of the first fan outcries to a casting ever.
Really?
He was Mr. Mom. He was a comedy guy before.
Guy.
Like
I didn't know people didn't like him.
Like really? Guys were people. You know, I couldn't imagine writing a letter, like caring enough to write it in multiple letters
in the '80s.
In the '80s, about like they were like, this fucking Mr. Mom can't be Batman. Are you fucking crazy? This is insane. Like people were not happy, and I think the script actually leaked somehow. And you know, he was described as like
gave it out. They mailed it out to
fucking people.
Well, I think it was like some guy literally just like writing up. Oh, I saw the script, but like he was described as like a massive muscles upon muscles in this big. So I do kind of get like people back that were like, this isn't Batman, but people were not happy. Gooch, what did you think of Keaton's performance?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Like watching this movie, I was kind of like, it's hard to just get it with any of this. It's dated.
It's very dated.
Like when we have Batman.
This movie is 40 years old. I thought about this the other night.
Yeah, when we have displays of Batman like BVS and the Nolan trilogy and Justice League and the animated stuff and the games, like there's such a Batman breath. Is in this mold, you know, and there's room to experiment within this mold. But like Michael Keaton. Batman is not in that mold at all. It's almost as on its own thing.
He's not as broody For sure. Like
no, his Bruce Wayne seems to.
I like his Bruce Wayne a lot.
I don't
classy.
because I feel like there is no mask. He's just kind of a normal person as Bruce Wayne. Like
he's not very like 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 confirmed Bachelor or whatever. Like
right. I feel like nowadays like the difference between Bruce Wayne and Batman are like very.
I think he's very much
split.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. The split is so obvious.
Yeah.
Even
between I get what you're saying.
Ben
Yeah.
Affleck.
I would say like Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne is on the same par as Keaton's for me. Whereas his Batman is definitely different.
But I think
that's
he
the way
does more playboyish things in that.
Sure, they definitely said it. Like especially there are a few
jackass.
scenes. Yeah, you're right.
In this, he's not really a jackass.
He's only confident. He's only like in the scene, in like the one scene
But
you see Bruce Wayne at a party at in the movie.
And he's like he's confident there, but like he's not all that. He's not confident like all the time.
Yeah.
You want to get nuts, Gooch? Let's get nuts. That's like
that was wacky. Yeah,
that
I was like,
scene
what was that?
Was so confusing. I'm sorry for the people's ears. I just yelled in, but like that scene did baffle me. I'm like, he could have shot you in the head.
I know he was brave in that scene and sense, but I was like, Bruce Wayne wouldn't do that shit. He'd be very calm or like.
Well, he probably would like,
right? Like
I'd be curious. Like, yeah, he probably wouldn't let him even get the. He'd probably just sneak out.
Yeah,
and then look like a bitch that fleed, and then
I mean,
Batman
he did though.
Yeah,
he just put on a display beforehand.
The bullet.
Yeah,
the
but like then he got
was
shot.
cool. When he got shot with the thing,
yeah,
I was like,
it was a good little setup.
I didn't think of that at all.
I'm pretty sure
like,
that's a callback to an old Western movie that they also reference in Back to the Future when Marty like puts like a steel plate and it's
oh yeah,
you know, yeah. But yeah, it's just a very interesting and like that was one where I was like, this doesn't really make sense with the character that you set up here. And again, but I feel like that kind of shows you. Like we said before, Bruce Wayne's like an ancillary character in this. He's not as much as the main character. Like Jack Napier has
dude,
more.
I totally disagree. Bruce Wayne is more in this movie than Batman is.
Was it?
I don't think so.
They did a lot of. Oh well, we
haven't gotten the Joker yet.
Jack will
Bruce
get.
Wayne was. What is the time frame in this movie? Also, how many days apart is this?
So that's the other.
Is this like,
I don't know. To be honest,
wait. Why do you say that? What?
Because at one point, what's the woman's name? That's the
Vicky Vale.
Not Vicky Vale.
No, it's not Vicky Vale. It's
Basinger. Kim Basinger.
Kim
it
Basinger,
is Vicky
but,
Vale. Kim Basinger.
Oh, she is Vale in this. I forgot.
Kim
I'm getting
Basinger
confused.
in Vicky Vale at one point is like, I slept with you. I love you, and I was like. God, you just banged him last night. What do you mean you love this guy? I mean, I guess it makes sense because he's a million. He's the richest man in the world.
He's a billionaire.
I really like the character of Alexander Knox, by the way.
He was fun.
Having a reporter in like this is a very Superman kind of thing.
Sure.
Having a reporter kind of be somebody who's like reporting on Batman for the first time and nobody believes. I'm like, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's like believable. One,
no,
and two,
totally
and
agree.
it's like he like recruits Vicky. Well, Vicky kind of gets interested herself, but like Vicky Vale, you know, is a comic book character, so it's cool to kind of not her be like the Lois Lane, but like Alexander Knox be the Lois Lane, and Vicky Vale's kind of just a secondary character that ends up being like the girlfriend,
the love interest.
Yeah, no, I think she was pretty. I thought she was good,
and with this
and also Knox too.
And Knox was fun. I thought
he was fun.
I didn't know who that was. But what's like interesting about this one? This is the first like big Batman movie, so there's not a lot of like incarnations. Like now, every Joker we have, we're gonna be like
compare it to so many people.
Heath Ledger, like oh man, or Joaquin Phoenix were amazing Jokers. Let's see how this guy does.
For the weirdos who bring up Jared Leto,
Jared Leto.
But like,
I okay, and best Joker laugh. I want to give it to this movie. I love the beginning Joker laugh. I was like, this is.
Dude,
I was like, okay,
he's great.
I think the best part about this is the Jack Napier Joker character.
Before we move on to him, though, really quick, I do want to just say something that I thought was really interesting. How many superhero movies can you think of that start with the superhero just being the superhero? There's not an origin. There's not real.
Probably not a lot.
Like there's like kind of Spider-Man.
And we don't get the Bruce Wayne.
We
don't get the Wayne death scene until like the end of the movie,
which genuinely blew me away. But like, I don't know. I just thought that was like you don't make movies like this really anymore. What?
I'm just thinking of the Bruce Wayne parents thing and Jack. I don't want to move on to it, but when you ever dance in the pale moonlight,
dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
He kept saying that. I was like, this is Tim Burton's script.
It's so
Tim
true.
Burton was so hard to write down. Like
he's very like,
and he lied.
Yeah. But no, I just thought that was very interesting, and I feel like something you don't see often, if at all, anymore. Like Spider-Man: Homecoming's really the only, and you kind of get a tee up for him in Civil War, and then like, but nothing's like. I guess
No
Superman
origin.
Returns, but that's already kind of that's following something. It's not just like starting something new, and you're like, no, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
That's which I mean they are doing with the Batman coming up,
And they did it with BVS.
Yeah, so but like you're right, that's fair, but like that still was kind of like a Superman.
Superman kicked him off.
Yeah, so like
for sure.
and so I don't know, but
Batman
it is
himself.
interesting how Batman seems to be that happens to him,
Right.
Yeah,
Good observation.
that's I know. Yeah, thank you.
It's hard for me to be like, was he a shitty Bruce Wayne? Because he's got no other Bruce. Like, what was it before? He was
Right. I'm curious if Michael Keaton did read the comics, or same with Jack Nicholson for the Joker, and I'm like, Jack Napier is something that kind of comes off of 89. Like they do it. Jack Napier is the Joker in the animated series and beyond. Like all the stuff.
Well, I
that's
mean, even
connected
the
to that.
animated series is heavily inspired by
yeah,
this.
I said it at the top.
Yeah,
for sure. Like we wouldn't have gotten that animated series if it weren't for 89.
I mean, it uses Batman's theme.
it was the Joker
the
origin,
Danny
this
Elfman
movie.
music, and like I know it's this for Returns, but the way the Penguin is designed, like a lot of those designs just
are very much
they're
inspired.
like, all right,
Yeah,
here we go. But honestly, I think the animated series does it better.
Animated
Well,
series
sure.
was
Well,
incredible.
there's
yeah,
just
absolutely.
so much the way that can just expand upon stuff so
Yeah,
much,
every
so
episode,
well.
yeah.
Like, I can't wait for that revival to start. But yeah, no, I really think that this is an interesting just study in the way of how where superhero movies have come. Like this is one of the original, even before 10 years before fucking Spider-Man, which I feel like really kind of kicked off the superhero genre.
yeah.
Which is it blows my mind. But
And looking back, Spider-Man's dated now compared to the new
No,
Spider-Man.
it's true, but
There are some dated things about it, but it's a whole.
I will say,
saw it within
if you
the last year.
showed someone from 1980s a 40-year-old movie compared to if you showed someone this of it's it's definitely dated, like you guys
It's
are saying.
wild that
but
was 40 years ago. It's like, oh yeah,
Dude,
it's
it's
20
insane.
years old. You're still in the early O's.
Exactly.
You know?
It's
crazy.
But it is funny to think, I don't know, I feel like I could show this to maybe I wouldn't show Returns to my nephew, but I feel like I could show this on to my nephew.
I am an animal.
I can't wait to talk about that. But
It was amazing. That was great casting. Great casting.
viscerally, we'll talk about it. But I just lost my train of thought because I had Cobblepot in my head just going.
I am an animal.
But
Taped fingers.
let's talk. It's weird, with two little fingernails on.
You can tell it. Yeah. I like
Great
I like-
costume.
It really is.
I liked 89. I thought it was a
Speaking
good
of
beginning.
costumes, though, I think the way they do the Joker, again, it is the best part of the movie. I think, seeing this different take on the Joker, him actually being a person that they name and a mob boss, or a mob, captain or whatever the fuck he is.
Yeah.
And, they do the origin story. It's not Ace Chemicals, though.
I know it's Access
I like that.
Chemicals.
I was
I
like,
like-
it's not Ace.
I don't know why they changed it.
I was
There's
like,
certain things where they do that. I'm like,
Yeah, why
I don't know
not
what's
Ace
the.
Chemicals?
I love the origin of the Joker. I was like, oh my god, that's
That's
Killing
classic.
Joke.
No, it's
Yeah,
Killing Joke.
that's cool. I
Killing
was
Joke
like,
was
nice.
before this, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I
for
thought
sure.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where they got that. That's where he took that from. But I mean, in Killing Joke, he's a comedian, right? Like a failed
Yes.
comedian.
Yeah. And he joins
Hood, right?
He gets put on a
mob
job because he needs money for his wife or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's fucking.
He's a shitty comedian. I mean,
Yeah,
and then
he's
he becomes the Red
he's a
Hood.
lot more sympathetic in that than
Yeah.
compared to this, though, for sure, because he is just set up like a total asshole monster. But
yeah.
no, I like the way they do almost the dead nerves in his face, and he's always smiling, and his
Yeah.
laugh is great.
Is he the best Joker? No, but I think he's really the most original.
yeah,
At the time, you could not get better than this.
absolutely.
I think
100%.
at the time, and I think it's tough for me to compare him to a Heath Ledger,
I have something to
because
bring
they're
up.
just so. They approach it in two completely different ways. And
my
it's-
God, yeah.
even the way they talk about it in the Silver Age and Golden Age comics with the Joker, some of them he's more of a mob boss figure, some of them he's like a psycho, he cuts off his face, and
Yeah.
it's really good. But Gooch, you had a
How
thought.
about Prince?
Gooch, come on,
yes.
it's on my list. I'm getting
I don't think
God.
one. I like how they lean Joker into being this artist. Right, and I think
was
the
fun.
Prince
It was, yeah.
plays into that.
It does.
I mean, he plays the Prince song
Sure.
when he's walking in, but Prince did a whole album for this movie.
he
Party
wrote
Man,
the
yeah.
soundtrack.
I was gonna
the
say
whole thing.
I'm
This
pretty
is a lot of
confident.
Prince.
Yeah,
Woo!
it's insane. No, it's
and
so
again, look at Hans Zimmer Junk GXL BVS soundtrack, and then look at this. Like, it's...
I loved Prince.
I do.
I think Prince should do every Batman soundtrack going forward. He was incredible.
Bring him back from the dead. Is he dead? I think he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead.
He is dead.
They could reuse the stuff. You know, he had like tons of archives and stuff they didn't use. We could just do
Just
that.
slap it right in BVS.
Yeah,
it would probably go along perfectly.
It would go perfect.
I want to see the party scene in BVS with Prince playing in the background, actually.
Could you imagine that?
But yeah, no, dude, Jack Nicholson, man, he's great. He really is. Like, you could not have gotten a better person at the time.
Does he talk about that role a lot?
I think he did more back in the day.
Because
He's
it's
like,
funny, like, I don't think Jack Nicholson and think this role.
I mean, I think that just
It's
shows you
more
how
like The Shining. Like, when I think of Jack Nicholson, that's what I think of. And like those roles are really similar.
No.
But like, I don't know, like. Well, Heath Ledger's last role was the Joker. That's kind of different. But I feel like the people who are Joker, like even Leto, he's the
you
Joker.
might not like you might not remember him for the best reasons, but you damn well it sucks because like I would if Jared Leto wasn't such a shitty person.
You think he's a shitty guy?
He's a weirdo.
He's
man.
weird.
He's a weirdo.
I'll give you
and
that.
Okay,
I don't think he's
fine.
shitty. He's
I
weird.
retract shitty, sort of, but he has just a lot of weird things. And he does like his weird like camp in the summers where he brings everyone. Oh, his Luigi accent, yeah. Like it's.
Why is he acting now? Isn't he a singer?
He was acting for a while, actually. Really? I mean, he was in Dallas Buyers Club. He got like an Oscar for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he played like the his like breakout
Dallas
role. I think
not breakout,
but like the one that I think got him major.
He's in a ton of movies. He's in fucking American Psycho.
I thought wasn't he a singer? Isn't he in a band?
Yeah, he's 30 Seconds to Mars.
30 Seconds to Mars.
I will say, I saw Linkin Park and he opened for them, and they did, and he was really good.
Right.
Like,
was that post Joker announced casting?
No, that was pre. I think.
He tries too hard as Joker. I think he's really trying too hard to be Joker, whereas like Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix, and of course they're trying to be a Joker, but they had such interesting renditions.
I don't think we've gotten a
Joker,
fair
right?
shake with Leto.
I've
said this a lot, but I still don't think we have.
I didn't, but then we saw, and this is a quick tangent, we'll get back to Batman, but
the Snyder Cut?
The Snyder Cut, where I felt like he was really kind of allowed to do whatever he want.
That was more fun.
He just went, I didn't like it.
Really? I liked him at the end.
Weird, and he was talking about fucking, and like, it was just... I don't know.
I liked the like. It was like he had dirty humor, but like there was some.
No,
like,
it wasn't even
class
necessarily
to it.
the dirty. It was just like I don't know. I didn't personally love him in that last scene, but to Jack Nicholson, do you guys? We'll skip ahead to another little quick fun fact, or it's not really so fun, at least for the person on the other end of it. Have you heard about the whole situation with Robin Williams and this whole thing?
No.
So they really wanted Jack Nicholson for the role. WB. He was the number one guy.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
but he was like, I don't know if I want to do this. So then they went to Robin Williams and offered the role to him, and he really wanted it. Like he was campaigning.
I think
for
that
it.
would like changed
probably
his
be-
career.
He really wanted to do it, and basically they just went back to Jack Nicholson. We're like, hey, we're gonna give this to Robin Williams if you don't take it. And then he was like, give it to
to
I'll
me.
take it.
Wow,
And
really?
So for
Like
some reason,
beef?
and that no, I don't know if it was beef
at the
or more
table,
of
he's
like.
Give it to me.
I think Robin Williams is also another very well-known actor at that point. He's very well respected. Maybe Jack Nicholson is thinking like, oh, if he wants this, maybe there is something to this or something like that.
I think Robin Williams could have done a good Joker, but almost in a very like I couldn't see his Joker being very different. You know?
No, I could see.
Like
I could
almost
see him
within like a Hamill vein, the way he does the voice. Like,
No,
I
for
feel-
sure.
I feel
Yeah.
like he'd fall into that territory.
No, I think so. Yeah, and it's funny Hamill didn't even do it by this time, which is
Right.
funny to think about.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, apparently Williams was like incredibly pissed off about
Really?
this. Yeah, like he refused to work with WB until they apologized and all that stuff. And like, you know, it sucks because like I would be pissed off too. I mean, he had weird shit, like or not weird shit, but he had like some issues with I remember Aladdin 2. Like he asked that they didn't
Aladdin
sell any
2?
No, Aladdin as well.
Yeah, T.O.
Yeah. And like, because he like wanted them to not use his name in merch or something like that, and then they went back on it. But then they gave him like a Salvador Dali like painting or something to make up for it.
Oh my God.
So, like,
Yeah,
or like an insane painter.
Take it
like,
out of Walt's vault.
Yeah.
literally.
The Dolly. You know the one.
But what did you guys think of Gotham itself? It's very anachronistic and weird.
It's weird.
yeah,
It's
it was
not
like,
real.
It
not
isn't,
real.
which I kind of appreciate.
Yeah.
It makes you like it's real until it's not. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
It was so little scenes of it. I feel. I was surprised.
I feel like it definitely has character. I guess in that way. Like
in
yeah,
Gotham,
yeah.
but we don't see Gotham.
yeah.
Yeah.
You see kind of like the same street 5 different times. I think.
in the second movie in Returns, I think they mentioned even like Times Square.
Yeah.
And I was like, What? I thought where we go? I thought
It's like Gotham Square.
Gotham Square, yeah.
I
Because
thought
you got a fun fact: the DC universe Earth is slightly bigger than regular Earth because it accounts for all the regular cities as well as the fake cities. So I'm pretty sure Gotham's New Jersey, if I remember correctly.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotham's Jersey?
Yeah.
Nice. Jersey's
Whereas
got
like
the
Central
Batman.
City is in Central U.S.
Yeah.
Star City is on the West Coast. Yeah, like all the and then there's Keystone. There's this, like DC loves.
They love their
making
fake cities for some reason.
Metropolis is.
I think it's New York.
It is, but I don't think it's supposed to be.
No, like in the state of New York, like it's Metropolis, New York. But I think there's also New York, New York. I don't know.
But that I think you're taking the BVS approach with it when that's what they did with that.
I'm pretty
When
confident.
they're literally across the bay from. each
No,
other.
I know, but I'm pretty
don't need
confident.
to
Like
look it
they're
up.
no,
It's not
no,
that
no,
big
no,
of a
no. I want to know now.
I'll tell you what, the set I wasn't like blown away by. I was blown away by all the people because it seemed like they were in the 30s, you know, because everybody was running around. I know it was an 80s movie, but it felt.
That's in Delaware.
I felt. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Metropolis is in Delaware.
I guess that kind of makes sense. Because like if you have Metropolis and then New York,
It's too
they're very
much.
city.
Yeah.
Like that's like
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
interrupt.
No. I felt like everybody, all the background actors, they felt older. They felt like they were in, like I was saying, the 30s.
Yeah.
And everything else was.
It's like kind of current day. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, like I said, it's very anachronistic. You don't really know exactly what time period it's set in.
I think it's supposed to be the 80s, and it's funny, like, the TV show Gotham really takes off of that. I mean, like, obviously there is an Art Deco vibe here. Same thing
Absolutely.
with the animated
It's
series.
a vibe,
They
for
take
sure.
away from that. But I feel like Gotham also dips into this, like, this city. I mean, it's more fleshed out in that show, obviously. It's really called Gotham.
Right.
But, like, it almost feels, like, unreal sometimes. Like, in the way of it's, like, the way its characters are and the way like its technology is, because I think I hear what you're saying with the 30s thing, because like they're dressing like that and they're acting like that, but like it's not the 30s.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Again, it's this weird anachronistic kind of city that just doesn't it exists outside of time almost.
Like it's truly its own thing.
Yeah, and I like that a lot. And I also really loved his like gadgets and tech and stuff.
Same.
Dude, they're so weird and bulky and like whatever, but like I love it.
Zipline.
The
Zipline was awesome.
Dude, that's first. So fun fact. First appearance of I think that, but as well as the grapple gun ever.
Really?
It never appeared in.
thought of the grapple gun
It never
before?
appeared. He always was just throwing like a rappel and like climbing.
Oh man,
Isn't that
Get
wild?
out of
Isn't that
here.
insane? Yeah. Like,
I just like, dude, in the animated series, like the noise for that thing, and like he uses it all.
dude,
the
it's
time.
literally. I mean, yeah, big time.
Wow,
No.
because my Batman in my head
Always has a grapple
always
gun.
had a
Why
grapple
would you?
gun.
Why would he not?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
why? Like you need to get to the. You're not climbing a fucking rope. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
insane.
And now it's like, you know, he has to have
That's
it.
his thing. That's a mainstay Batman.
What other?
Dude, he even
tools
has a
did he
remote
use?
controlled. Oh no, I think that might be in Batman Returns.
Yes,
he
the
has a
Batarang.
he has a remote control battery.
That was in Returns.
Yeah.
The Batarang.
Yeah.
But was the Batarang in the first movie?
Yeah, I think he throws it. I'm pretty confident he does.
That's the Batman.
He uses the smoke grenades.
Yeah.
He's
Well, no, the smoke grenade's funny. He's just like,
Yeah. And then he just waddles away, probably.
move the camera.
Did you ever? Do you guys know who Corridor Crew is at all?
Yes.
It's a Corridor Crew. They're a YouTube channel. They talk about like CGI a lot and like go into. They did a challenge, like a Batman disappearing challenge, like if it would work. It's a really funny. You guys got to watch the video. It's fun. Like if it would work.
Is it older?
Yeah, no, it's pretty new actually.
Okay.
But
Would Batman
it's
be
just
able to disappear?
like how hard would it be for and like would people actually just accept that you disappeared and not like just look around for you or something like that? But like it's really funny.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of a thing. I wonder if they're going to do that with like Pattinson.
Oh, I mean they have to.
That movie's going to be so interesting.
Yeah.
Cannot wait for that movie.
Yeah, movie's
but
gonna be neat. Year one,
but
right? Yeah,
also,
Batman.
we got to talk about the old Batmobile. Like, what do we feel? Like, how do we?
It's cool.
I fucking love that. Design.
It's not like I don't even. What is my?
It
favorite
definitely
Batmobile?
inspires
It's a good
that. It definitely inspires the animated Batmobile.
Oh,
for sure.
it's like
almost yeah.
it's not even a car. It's like it's what is
The engine's gigantic in it, right?
it
Like,
is
that
like
thing's so long.
it's a thing. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. You know, it has a vibe. Like this whole
It does.
movie does.
It goes along with everything. It's
Yeah.
part of the aesthetic.
I didn't like when he parked in the middle of the street. All right, first of all, so much. All right, so this is an issue with Hollywood. Nobody knows how real jobs work. There's construction in the middle of the night everywhere. There was a construction vehicle dropped down. It's like
Well, wouldn't they work at night though? Because
On
then
highways.
no one. Well, because then no one's out, I thought.
But I don't think so because it's a danger.
Because you just set up lights.
Because drunk drivers will hit you. And stuff,
in the city, I'm not sure if they do construction at night.
I don't
think
know.
they do.
I thought like street
on the highways, yes.
I just assume street work in general is usually at night because then less people are out.
I don't know.
But I totally get what
you're... Because I'm in traffic.
Let's look
at the risk.
Let's look that up. Let's look that up.
I'll tell you, because he parks in the middle of the street, and then I didn't like the metal casing, and I was like, do people really not believe Batman's here? How did that not make news? Car parks in the middle of Times Square, becomes a metal.
It's funny because
it would absolutely. Yeah, I found this weird metal encased
and
car.
Everybody's like, what the fuck is this? And then it jet engines out of there, and I'd be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, and no one seems to believe Batman's real until Access Chemicals.
Yes.
Well, what's funny is like that's how Batman discovers Jason Todd, because Jason Todd.
Yeah, he's stealing his tires,
trying to steal
right?
a tire
Yeah.
off the Batmobile, and it's just like he's just leaving it in an alley, and I guess just like,
his original.
Holy shit! It's the Batmobile.
It's the Batman. Yeah, but like it is so. There's even we'll talk about it in Returns, but there's a plot point in that with his car, and I'm like, what? But like, I can't wait to talk about that. But yeah, I just love the aesthetic of it so much, and even just like when you get the kind of picture inside of what's going on, like, God, he must have had to build that up so high to not hit his ears.
Yeah, and the ears, or they cut the ears off.
He doesn't do any cool like jump ins.
He does some weird.
He
really can. And like you're saying, when he puts his arms up, it's amazing. It's truly like, and it's just this weird kind of flappy cape that isn't keeping form.
He flows so slowly.
His first entrance when he's just walking out over the thing,
over the side.
very slow, like through the smoke.
Two thugs, two cheap thugs.
And I'm sorry,
how,
like if I saw him, I know I would not be afraid. I'd be like, dude, what is this?
But what is interesting about this is it is kind of like a year one story.
No, absolutely.
Because,
it seems like he's pretty new, but not like fresh off the boat.
Yeah, like he's been doing
Batman-ing.
shit, but like the myth of Batman is not really like that. Like he's a vigilante, like superhero. It's just like this, like like. They think he's like some sort of creature.
He's a mythical, a mythical creature that hunts you at night.
Yeah, which is cool.
No, and that's, I mean, but that is, and like that seems like how they're going with the Batman as well. Like he's just like, it's funny because like we know Batman, he exists, we understand the concept, so it's not that scary to us. But like as as someone working as a criminal in Gotham, and this guy could show up and beat you half to death. And no one's catching him. Would be a little bit frightening.
He threw a knife at me.
Like he threw a knife into my stuff. Yeah,
shaped like a bat at me. I'd be like, what?
Is that a ninja star? No, it's a batarang. What the fuck, man?
Can you imagine like robbing somebody and being like, because feeding my family against yours. Get out of here, you piece of shit. I judo chop him in the back, just like this guy got judo chopped by this thug. Went down. And then ran away, and then I don't know. I wouldn't be I'd be like, I could get a regular job now.
No, it's so funny because like, especially with him, at first I feel like this guy looks goofy as fuck.
Arms.
Yeah, he almost threw me off a roof. Yeah. He lights a man on fire. Oh no, that's in Returns. I keep getting some things crossed. It's tough. Yeah.
What the pacing of this movie is fucking all over the place.
It really is.
Both of them.
I would agree. Yeah.
89 and Returns are just like, what is going on? This is a 2-hour movie that feels like it's 3.
It does. Like it really does.
Like,
it feels
like
long.
this movie's not ending. Like BVS is literally 3 hours, but like I'm with its pacing. But this, I kind of got to the end and I'm like, they kill the Joker, right?
He does. Oh yeah, he definitely does.
How do you guys feel about them like killing the Joker? Like there's no like legendary feud.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with it because, like, again, we didn't get many others after this. Right?
Sure.
And I mean, Batman, again, he seems very fine with killing. And this is this is an issue I brought up with you with BVS and all that I don't like it when Batman kills because, yeah, he would kill the Joker. He would he wouldn't have criminals in Gotham for 20 years. He'd be taking them out systematically because he doesn't care. So that's makes sense to me, and I like how he kind of sitting there. I love how he's just sitting there, like indented in the ground, like he's not splattered or anything. He just has like his pin, like
what was that haha thing?
He had like some type of like
he pulled out like a bag.
One of his little like weird things. I don't know.
What?
He had like some weird like I don't even know what it was.
In his
thing that was like haha, like the thing that was making the laughing sound.
It seemed like they were setting up for something.
Oh, I thought it was just like a.
I think it's just like a laugh box. Like I don't think it was anything
just
like
constantly laughing. How annoying working for that guy.
Dude,
like,
I mean, dude, he shoot. One of my favorite scenes is when he goes to his like underling. He's like, Gus, gun, then shoots him immediately. I don't know why it made me laugh. Really,
when his henchmen first came out, I'm like, are these cops? They look like cops.
Yeah, they kinda do.
They're uniformed. Like
they looked uniformed.
Right, and they're using the Joker symbol, I think, from the TV show.
Yeah, they are. It looks like it.
Yeah, like it's definitely like that kind of vibe. It's not Nicholson's like caricature. But yeah, this movie ends, I think, as like, you know, it ends as how you would expect.
Batman
like,
kills 10 people, and then the Joker.
The Joker dies. All is well. Gotham is saved. Batman is now.
He's the hero the city needs but not deserves.
Sure. And then, you know, Vicky Vale relationship begins, and she knows he's Bruce. You know, Batman.
I hated
is Bruce
that. I was so mad at that.
So, he's itching to tell people.
He wants to tell everybody.
I mean, technically, Alfred did.
He like walks into a board meeting. He's like,
I did. He's like, I'm what? Nothing. I'm bad, man.
When he went to Vicky Vale's apartment, he was like rehearsing, like, tell her you're Batman. And I was like, Batman doesn't do this, man.
Well, but like, yeah, it's funny. You fucked her once, man. Like, think with your other head, not that head. Yeah.
This is his first time having sex with anybody.
Also,
he lost his virginity.
Also, I'm gonna say this: Michael Keaton has aged well.
Oh, he's aged like fine wine.
Better.
Yeah.
I think he looks pretty good
now
than when
he's got a
did
nice
this.
perm.
Have you seen
I don't like the hair.
Yeah, it's very
That was
curly.
80s
Is he
hair.
Jewish?
That's
He might
80s
be.
He has
hair,
like
dude.
That's a little
curly
racist,
Jew
Gooch. No.
fro.
Little mullet in the back. That's
No,
80s
he looks, dude, that's so.
He's got
I think he was
80s.
literally. They went in and permed him. Like that's what it was. back then.
Yeah, I'm not digging the hair.
Yeah.
I
No, I mean it's of the time for sure.
Because Bruce Wayne, I see clean cut, kind of, you know, he keeps himself together. The perm also, I did think looked wacky. Kim Basinger has not aged well. I don't know if you guys have seen
I've
pictures.
seen
I mean,
her.
neither is Michelle Pfeiffer.
Dear God.
I disagree.
She looks better than
She's
Kim
gotten work
Basinger.
done.
She looks
She like it
mess.
ruins her like natural.
I thought she looked pretty
features.
good in Ant-Man, but I get what you mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We were
Oh
talking
no, I'm just saying Kim Basinger looked. I know disrespect Kim if you hear us. But damn, holy
She's
shit!
scouring the web for.
She's just like shit. Google's everyday Kim Basinger dishes.
I have so anything else? I have a fun fact according to her. But I mean, is there anything else?
All the points.
I
It
think
sounds
we
like
have.
we're all kind of like you know. It's
Dude, this is a high tier movie.
Okay.
This is a high tier movie for me for
Props
sure. I don't know.
hilarious.
I
Really?
still thoroughly enjoy it.
I think it's like a
just on the
mid-tier.
basis of like what it's done for the genre. And oh yeah, do you know
Let me
our
explain.
rating system, our Luke Kenny rating system?
Oh no, what is the?
Okay, so famous Luke Kenny came on for our Fraser-thon, a great guy. He has a rating system where it goes, okay, so you have flick, movie, film. That's how it goes, all right?
Gotcha.
And then you have high tier, low tier, mid tier of each one. So this would be a high tier movie. For
And
me.
this is
Wow.
I would say mid tier movie.
Like flick is like, you know, it's fun, you know, you're putting it on, you're not a fan. Or, you know, maybe I see that's actually not true. Because I think there are some great low tier flicks out there.
There's some moments I really enjoyed in this movie. I want to say flick high tier.
All right, I'll take it.
There were things I
Okay,
really
I
enjoyed.
think that's fair.
Would I watch it again? Like. Probably not, you know. Like it does zero rewatch value. My favorite part was the Joker had great gadgets, and I like when he.
I forget he did.
He had the giant.
Dude, that one was a great reveal.
That looked heavy. Like,
Again, they did the Joker so well. In
Yeah.
this. They really did.
Burton's costumes are fun.
They are.
Look. If I didn't know who the director was,
Oh, there
It's
was
crazy
one.
Helena Bonham Carter isn't in these movies.
Me too. I was looking for it
it's
because I
wild.
love Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah, she probably could have been a good Catwoman too at the time.
Yeah.
But
at the time.
one thing I did forget to mention, I wanted to catch your feelings on this, was the Jack Napier being the one who killed Bruce Wayne's parents
love
reveal. I think it
I think
works.
it's- I
I
think it's
don't
good.
like it in current day. I think you kind of need that at the time, especially to maybe make you care about these characters in like a film setting for your general audience. But in general, I don't need that connection personally.
Didn't need it either. Didn't care for. I like that Batman's parents are killed by a thug, by just a random guy.
and
I think
that-
Jack
yeah,
Napier
I-
was a
impact,
thug.
yeah.
Well, and that's I get. You know, Burton's kind of trying to go for the whole like you created me, I created you. You know, like like I get it. He's trying to get a bit of a theme, but I'm leaning
The
towards you,
first
Gian,
we
with
have
that.
to. I need to exist for you to exist,
Yeah.
and you exist for me. And
Yeah.
we're actually we want to kiss so
yeah.
bad, but
And
we
it's funny,
can't,
but-
you know, I feel like
And they
that's
kind of
always the
do even like
relationship.
in the Dark
Gay
Knight.
ain't that cool
I
yet.
agree.
Let's just be gay
Pent
together. I
up
love it.
sexual frustration from Batman and the Joker. It's just crazy. The tension between those
I
guys.
was hard the entire time. No, but it's funny how that. I mean, that's just I think an element they explore when in Batman and Joker's kind of dichotomy all the time. But like how they need each other, and they even said it like they do need each other. It's not like Joker loves Batman in this, and he's like, I need you to survive, like Christian Bale or like Heath Ledger's Joker kind of almost ends up being like he's like, you know, we're meant to do this. Like this is how it is. Like he's just. But at the end, it's like we would not be each other without each other.
Exactly.
If I didn't make you, you wouldn't make me. So maybe I do kind of like it a little more here. I'm kind of talking myself into it. But yeah, so that does it for at least our review portion. Now let's roll into some fun facts, gentlemen. I already talked about the Robin Williams stuff, of course. Jack Nicholson makes an insane amount of money off this. I'm pretty confident from just residuals and all that stuff. Yeah. But he received a percentage of the gross of the film. And due to its massive box office take, he took home around, I mean, this is insane, $60 million.
Holy
89.
Holy God. That's a lot today.
That is a lot, but even, but like, I can't even, like, if you adjust that for inflation, that's probably in the hundreds of millions, like 100 million.
God, how many houses do you buy with that, right? After that?
Well,
like,
dude, Keaton made a ton of money off these too. I meant to look up how much he made. I think the second one he made like gangbusters on because he was only signed on for one.
Okay.
And then they did want him back for
WB still
forever.
doing contracts back then, man.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Dude, I mean I think that's kind of where it started, to be honest, with like these franchise movies.
Sign on for a two film deal. How about it, Bobby?
So we'll talk about, we can actually even talk
that's all
about
they had back then.
No, it's true. Sequels were the
They
big
didn't
deal.
do like trilogies yet.
I mean, another thing, Billy D. Williams, of course, plays Harvey Two-Face.
We didn't even talk about it.
So like, did you guys know that all before going in? Like,
I had no clue.
Yeah.
So and then with like Commissioner Gordon's in this.
All the cops are like
just bumbling morons.
So they they do Harvey.
No, it's not Bullock.
They do Bullock, but it's not Bullock.
Yeah, it's funny. I was like, this is totally Bullock, but he's not. He's not named Bullock. So he kind of he didn't get screwed. He had a contract to appear in the next couple, and he was actually supposed to. We'll talk in return how he was supposed to come back.
Is Bullock's name Harvey Bullock?
Might not be. I don't know.
This is the other cop, right? This is
this is Billy D. Williams. But the one that was like feeding him information.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember his first name. Why can't I think of it?
I can't believe they got. So Billy D. Williams is a big actor.
That's what he was kind of. I think that was after.
His name is Harvey Bullock.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's Harvey. I never know Harvey Dent and Harvey Bullock.
So yeah, he was supposed to, but they bought him out of his contract, and because they wanted to get, they got what's his name?
The
Tommy Lee Jones. Bigger actor.
Yeah, I can't believe. Because they were setting up for more, right?
No, they
that
absolutely
Harvey Dent,
were.
I heard, I was like,
see, I wouldn't necessarily.
I think they were leaving the door open for more. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the inclusion of Harvey Dent is just kind of like, it's Batman.
Yeah.
So he would show and I genuinely do think at the time though they were like, we'll plant the seed, in case if it does well.
Sure.
But he does.
It's easy to do it.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Throw a name in there
as it goes.
Hit it.
He does show up later in another Batman movie though, as Two-Face.
Billy D. Williams.
Lego Batman. He plays. He is Two-Face. Yeah, he is Two-Face in it. He voices him, and he even looks like he has like a purple like half face and stuff. Yeah, so he shows up in that.
That's awesome. I like that.
So that was a cool little.
That's a cool fun fact.
He has like one like. By the way, Lego Batman.
Awesome.
That movie does not deserve to be as good as it is. You need to watch
we
it.
should put that shining role.
Maybe we should have added that to
added to the 5.
But yeah, no, I thought that was really interesting. So yeah, they ended up not going with him though, of course. But as it comes to Vicky Vale, she was actually not cast as a. Whoa, let me restart that. She was cast as different actors at first.
Who was the
Sean Young of Blade Runner fame was supposed to play her, but she unfortunately suffered a pretty bad horse riding accident preparing for a scene that I don't think they even end up using in the movie because sucks. Like a week before production. So then they brought in
Kim Basinger.
Yeah, Kim Basinger.
Basinger.
I think
that's a family.
I think it's Basinger.
That's a family guy joke, right?
Is it?
I think it's Basinger. Basinger. What is it?
Kim Basinger. It might be American Dad. One of the two.
Yeah, but Burton was the one who insisted on Napier being the Wayne's killer as well. So that was a big plot point.
That's fine.
Robin was originally supposed to appear in this with Kiefer Sutherland to take on the role,
Kiefer
then they were like, "There's even I think there are some what's the word." Concept arts of it as well, and like him getting discovered, and it would have followed basically what the Robin storyline is, but they decided to cut it for time.
So curious what that costume would have been in '89.
I think it looked
so curious.
Yeah, I would be curious too. I think it looked pretty from the what's the word? I can't speak today for some reason. On point. What's the?
Does he wear shorts?
Faithful for fuck's sake. Yeah.
So he could slip.
Yeah, I don't think it's stuff like that.
Pixie shoes.
I don't think it's like that, but I mean, he has like long green. It's the colors. It looks pretty good.
Right.
But as I said before, fans did not want Keaton at all. That was a big thing. yeah, they were planning on introducing Dick Grayson and yeah, first appearance of the grapple gun guys. But this just blew it out of the water. They wanted to go right in for it. And yeah, we got Batman Returns a couple years after. Actually, 3 years to be exact.
Yeah, 92 that I saw.
Yeah, still, were you born yet?
I was born. I was 1 year old. Yeah,
I was
1 year old.
No,
I was still a babe in the.
still thought.
I was still a sperm.
Still swimming. Yeah,
Still swimming.
still swimming.
Yeah.
Just keep swimming.
I was
But,
I was out there.
Guys, I think that wraps it.
Yeah.
Trio, that does in fact wrap it up. Guys, thank you for watching or listening. You can do that on youtube.com/Delco Nerd Network, as well as on podcast apps, Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Reviews always help on those.
Whatever. Yeah, we're on there. You can review us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please leave us a 5-star review. Let us know what you think.
Would help. Help us out.
You can find us on our socials at facebook.com/Delco Nerd Network, Twitter and Instagram at Delco Nerds, as well as TikTok.
Oh,
That's
We're
right.
on
We
there.
gotta keep plugging that. I keep forgetting.
congrats, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you. I
TikTok.
appreciate it.
TikTok's a
It was a
wild
big move.
TikTok, I was just like, I don't have my own TikTok, and I'm like, I'll make one for the podcast.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Gooch
like it.
took the initiative. Now we're on there. And,
And you can join our community Discord as well. Links are in the description for all this stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we talk about all sorts of shit. Usually when DC stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, we
I'm
got a
always
website, all that
cheering
good
about
stuff.
Snyder or something.
Yeah.
or other.
Love it.
Yeah, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next episode where we talk about Batman Returns. From us here at the Delco Nerd Network, stay nerdy.
Thanks, guys.